Oh, oh, oh my God. Oh, wow. Does anybody else out there have like debilitating cramps to the point that you feel like there is a tiny alien demon sent from hell just to stab you on the inside of your uterus once a month? You have to crouch over like a little hobbled old lady because you're in so much pain. No, just me? All right, great. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for coming back and watching another video. I really appreciate it. If you guys have never been here before, never seen one of my videos before, my name is Deandra. I am so happy that you're here and watching. If you could just click on the little subscribe button before you leave there. So today's video was inspired by a conversation that I had at work the other day. I think that is actually what inspired the last video as well. But it's not as happy-go-lucky as most of my other videos. This one I wanted to talk about mental health a little bit, and I am by no means an expert. Like, in no way, shape, or form am I an expert on mental health or mental illness or the struggles of anxiety and depression and all of that, but I do know people who are affected by those things, and this conversation was sparked at work with somebody when they were talking about something and they used the word to describe somebody, and I was not having it. I said, you know what, I don't use that word. That's a really ugly, offensive word. I really don't like it. Please don't use that word. And they really had a hard time understanding where I was coming from. And I tried to relate it to some things that people find more unacceptable, I guess, than that word. It would be like if somebody was describing something or someone and they used the word or even, and I hate those words too. I find them very offensive, and they're not complimentary words. They're words that you would use to historically degrade somebody, insult somebody, or something, or a situation, basically a negative connotation with those words, and I don't like to hear any of them used. And it kind of spun off into a conversation about mental health and different kinds of afflictions and things like that. And it just so happened at work that day also there was somebody who kind of had a little bit of a breakdown, a little bit of an emotional breakdown, and this was right around the same time that Chester from Lincoln Park had committed suicide. And also the other day Justin Bieber had announced that he's canceling the rest of his tour to focus on his mental health and time for himself, and everybody was in an uproar. But everybody that was talking about Chester was talking about, oh, it's so important to take time for yourself and get mental help if you feel like you're struggling. But then Justin Bieber canceled the rest of his tour, and people were like up in arms and furious that he would dare take time to take care of himself because he was feeling overwhelmed. And also this person at work who was having a really hard day. This person is about my age, so in their a little bit younger than me, in their early 20s, and some other folks that were there who are older than me, who are in their 30s and 40s and 50s, were talking about, well, I don't know what they could possibly have to be stressed about. They're half my age and I work so much harder, and I'm here so much longer and so much more often, and my life is hard. You want to hear about stuff that's hard? Like, this should be the time of your life when you're having the best time possible. Like, what could you possibly have to be having a breakdown about? And they were seemingly like so offended that this person was like having a hard day. I'm trying not to say that they were having like a mental breakdown or like a mental break, but they essentially were having some sort of mental or emotional like breakdown or fit at work. And people were surprisingly, or at least surprisingly to me, were surprisingly callous and not understanding about it. I didn't think it was really fair. Someone's age or physical ability or outward appearance has absolutely no bearing whatsoever on their mental health or their mental state, and you never know what's going on in somebody's life. behind the scenes, behind what they decide to show to the world. Whether you're co-workers with somebody, whether you're friends with somebody, close friends, or just acquaintances, you really never 100% fully know what somebody is going through. And I think a lot of it is because of the way that we've been conditioned to respond to things like that. People feel uncomfortable about coming forward and saying, hey, I think maybe I might be depressed, or maybe I might have some sort of anxiety disorder, or maybe I can't handle this XYZ on my own. Maybe I just need to like go to a therapist. I just need an unbiased third party that knows nothing about my life to talk to and get advice from, maybe. And people are really unreceptive to that a lot of the times. And I think that is a big part of the problem. I've never personally felt suicidal, but I've heard a lot of stories of people feeling like they didn't have anybody they could talk to about it, and they just went ahead and went through with it because they just felt like they couldn't take it anymore. Not saying that making those types of jokes or assumptions are what is going to push somebody over the edge, but you just genuinely never know. So I basically just wanted to remind everybody out there, you know, like, it's all fun and games and make jokes and be jolly and happy and sarcastic and whatever and whatnot with your friends and your coworkers, but just try to be aware of the words that you're using and the way that you're phrasing things when you speak to people, because you really never know what somebody's going through. Like, you don't know what's going on in their home life, in their family, in their personal life. You just don't know. And using those derogatory words like that, those are things that are going to make somebody feel uncomfortable around you, and not feel like they can really be their true selves. Or if they need somebody to talk to and you're all, oh yes, you can come and talk to me, but then you make jokes about people being or people being they're gonna know that you are not really a person that they can trust and want to come forward to. So just keep that in mind. And, you know, if you struggle from anxiety or depression or any kind of emotional or mental disorder or disability, just know that there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody deals with different stresses and situations in their lives differently, and a lot of those things are chemical imbalances, not anything that you are doing wrong. It's not that you're not strong enough to deal with what's going on in your life. And there's absolutely no shame in asking for help or going to see a therapist or going to get medication if that is what is going to make it easier for you to live your life and get through your day-to-day and do what you need to do and be a happy, productive person in society. So just don't feel embarrassed to speak up and get help if you need it. And if you are feeling like there's nobody that you can trust, or like suicide is the answer, I hope it never comes to that for anybody. My friend actually just started a blog about her experience with anxiety, and I will link that in the description box below if you guys want to check that out, because sometimes it just helps to know that there are other people out there feeling the way that you feel and having the thoughts that you are thinking, to know that you're not alone and you're not crazy, and it's okay to like be down sometimes. And if it's all the time, then it's okay to ask for help. And I'm also going to put in the description box below the link to the website for the Trevor Project, which is geared more specifically towards LGBTQ plus youth who are having a hard time either coming to terms with that or just with life in general, and maybe feeling suicidal or having any kind of negative thoughts that they need to speak to somebody about, and they feel like there's nobody in their personal life that they can talk to. And I'm also going to leave the number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline linked down below and just on the screen here as well, in case anybody out there needs that to have for themselves or to share with somebody that you might know or somebody that you might come across. So yeah, I guess that's really all I wanted to say in this video. Just be more aware of how your words affect people, and just take care of each other and take care of yourself. So that's it. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you think you know somebody that could benefit from it, go ahead and share it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.